Hey everybody, I'm Norris from the Norris Group. It is November 17th, it's Friday, and how do you feel about the new tax proposal getting pushed through? That and much more as we covered the biggest headlines in real estate. Up on the radio show and podcast this week, we are back with the radio show interviews. I Survive Real Estate is now complete. If you missed it, you can watch it entirely on isurviverealestate.com on the video tab, uninterrupted. But this week we talk about buying System 23. It's buying out of state. I interview Bruce Norris, my dad, about how he decides when and where to go during different cycles in real estate here in California, how he selects markets, and he gives examples of where he moved during specific quadrants and why. You won't want to miss that, and for subscribers, we will be posting that inside the portal back on the chapter as we renovate for the remainder of this year, so keep an eye out. CoreLogic says mortgage delinquency rates are at their lowest in 10 years at 4.6%. The National Association of Home Builders, the builder confidence increased 2 points to 70 this month, putting them at their highest in 8 months. Adam Data Solutions reported seriously underwater properties decreased by 1.4 million from last year in the third quarter of this year. Inman News published a survival guide for moving with pets this week. Almost 80 million households have at least one pet on hand, and forcing your dog Fifi and your cat Bonkers to move can be stressful for you and the pet. Well, apparently dogs tend to internalize emotions, and that can manifest itself into tummy problems. Cats actually take it possibly a little harder. They can also have stomach problems, and they can lick themselves to bald spots. I've never witnessed that, and expect to get ignored for a few weeks, but my cat does that to me anyway, so what are you going to do? That being said, we know a lot of buyers and sellers with cats, and maybe you'll get some really good gift ideas as you're working with people buying and selling real estate. Education may be taking design clues from co-living for the future of student housing. Student housing could soon become as intertwined with academia space as mixed-use communities are with residential and office space, creating central locations for students to live and learn. The first model for this new type of student housing was completed by KTGY Architecture and Planning Studio R&D, and aptly named Studio House. Similar to co-living arrangements, Studio houses 8 students via 2 double occupancy rooms, and they each have their own bathrooms. So 4 rooms with 2 students each. They have their living, like their bed area and a bathroom each, so 4 bathrooms, but they share a main living space and a kitchen space. On top of that, they share building amenities as well education facilities, including classrooms and things like lecture halls, all in the same building. So a true walkable living and learning scenario. I think it's brilliant, and I don't know why we haven't done more of this, because if you walk around campuses, college campuses, they seem to have a lot of real estate not putting it to good use, so this is great. The National Low Income Housing Coalition has launched a campaign called United for Homes. It calls for Congress to address the affordable housing crisis in America, everything from bringing attention to rental demand and pricing to federal investment that reduces homelessness and housing poverty initiatives. The one-page letter to Congress is followed by 61 pages of signatures from over 2,500 organizations, governments, and elected officials. And the letter states, and I quote, "As Congress considers comprehensive tax reform legislation, we urge you to seize this opportunity by reinvesting any savings derived from changes to the mortgage interest deduction into rental housing solutions for people with the greatest needs, not to offset the cost of tax breaks for the wealthy and corporations. They feel it's our best chance at ending homelessness and housing poverty once and for all." We've been talking about how this is going to get political, and it definitely is. Millennials, so much more than just avocado toast and designer sandwiches, says Home Depot, and they are pointing to the uptick in sales reflecting the millennials entering the market and doing some DIY projects. They are loving it. As millennials join the ranks of homeowner, they are armed with Pinterest and YouTube, and they are starting to spend some serious money on DIY projects. An annual survey by House and Home says millennials spend more for renovations than baby boomers do, and they found that 25 to 34-year-olds spend on average $26,200 on home upgrades, up some 7% year over year. Zillow experts predict a shift towards suburban living next year as low inventory and rising construction costs reach a tipping point, forcing builders and buyers to consider new options. Low inventory is expected to be a main concern in 2018, and a lack of available homes for sale will continue to play a significant role in rising home prices. Zillow says a lot of folks are going to choose to remodel than relocate. We already know that by data suggesting that here in California, people are staying in their homes twice as long as they were a decade ago. So that's already a huge trend. Millennials and baby boomers will drive home design. Home price growth will slow down. Finally, more entry-level homes will have to be built and cater to folks entering the housing market and those downsizing to age in place. As the House passes the middle-class tax increase, the National Association of Realtors vowed to move their fight to the Senate. The National Association of Realtors President Elizabeth Mendenhall said, and I quote, "American homeowners shouldn't have to pay for corporate tax cuts with their home equity. It's a matter of basic fairness. 1.3 million realtors have known since the beginning, and America's 70 million homeowners are just beginning to learn that homeowners will be the ones paying for the tab. Realtors will do our part to spread the word as we work with the Senate to address impending assault on home ownership." We are following along. We don't think this is going to be the end of the tax battle, but it's made its first step to moving forward. What do you think about the tax changes? What are you worried about? Is this strictly, a marketing thing? Will people really stop buying homes because of the interest tax deduction? Let me know what you think. If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment below and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. If you're on Facebook, please don't forget to not only like the Norris Group page, but don't forget to add us to your See First list and with notifications on. Leave your comments below the video. And if we missed something, share the story on our comment sections on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to include it on our blog at thenorrisgroup.com/blog. That's it for the news, but we've got 2 more events coming up for the remainder of 2017, and we'd love to see you there. We will be on December 12th. It's going to be a Tuesday. We're going to be at SDCIA for their huge holiday party. It's always a huge turnout and really fun. Bruce will be doing and launching his new talk, and we haven't released it yet because we're still working on it, but it will be Tuesday, December 12th in San Diego. We hope to see you there. And I will be on a note panel with OC RIA out in the Orange County area, Costa Mesa actually, December 14th, the following Thursday, and hope to see you there if you're in the area. For more information on hard money lending, including fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction, check out thenorrisgroup.com. And for more information on passive investing with trust deeds, check out tngtrustdeeds.com. With that, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week.